Yup, it's Mac from the Everyday Nobody's podcast. I know you see the title, so let's get straight to it. That boy Flakko done had a big month. I gotta salute him because he overcame a lot. He went from being a Dr. Umar disciple to moving all the way to LA where he was low-key getting bullied by gangbangers and rappers to becoming the biggest personality on the whole No Jumper platform. Then to add icing on the cake, he got to link up with his idol, DJ Academics. I know it's popular to hate on him, but you gotta salute the man. He went from covering niche, obscure content to getting to some of the biggest platforms and getting interviews, and he's pretty entertaining. Last week, he went on Real Life Street Stars, and he was getting his shit off.
I can openly say, yo, I hate these rap ass niggas. I wish nothing but death in jail on no gangster rapper, and still walk up there and see these quote-unquote gangster rappers and be good. Right?
You can tell he really broke out of his shell. He went from low-key being muzzled because he was scared of rappers and gang members fucking him up to now he could afford security, so he getting his shit off. Then he went on the Off the Record podcast with Academics, and he showed his ass even more.
I say time after time that I wish nothing but death and jail on. No, I wish nothing but death and jail on Future and a nigga like Future. And
why?
Here's why.
Because he got bad kids?
No. Here's why I act, right?
Oh, because he like that promethazine.
No, listen. There was a young boy.
He stick his thumb in the butt.
There was a young nigga from the South Side of Chicago. The most brilliant nigga ever.
Ooh.
He was in band. He was in chess. He was one of the greatest, just the minds, black minds we've ever seen, right? Now, this nigga mom did everything she could to put him in productive things, but she had to work a lot. And while she was working, this young mind was bumping Future. Now, somehow bumping Future took this young mind from chess, from sports, from band to, yo, I want to pop pills and I want to sip lean because Future has told me to do it.
He went from speaking on Future to speaking on the Gatekeepers and hip-hop podcasts, and he got into why he'll probably never be on Vlad's platform, even though they squashed that little beef that they had for a minute.
Yo, fuck my relationship with Vlad TV, right? Listen, Act. So if I can say that, again, me and Vlad are cool right now, but I know that our relationship is pretty much burned, right? Due to the conflict that we had, due to me saying, yo, it's best for me to say, yo, fuck these other niggas. Vlad, I'm sorry, blah, blah, right? But I said, fuck that. So if I'm looking at Joe and say, wait, hold on, bro, if I can make that sacrifice, if I can burn mad bridges, because I thought that I was doing the righteous thing for other content creators, why can't you?
But how did the beef even start? Like, why did Vlad even hate Flakko? To bring you up to date, we gotta go back in time. See, Vlad is a staple in hip-hop. You can hate him all you want, but it is what it is. He got tired of shooting documentaries for companies that was never paying them royalties to just saying fuck it, and he created his own platform. By doing that, he opened a lane and created a format that so many podcasters use till this day. Y'all wasn't busting down them clips like that till he started doing it. He interviews everybody from rappers, mob bosses, basketball players, boxers, you name it. And over the years, we've come to find that his biggest pet peeve is when people steal his content and don't properly compensate him.
The fact that, you spend $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 creating a piece of content. I remember some bozo on TikTok ended up taking like our whole game video, because like a lot of times we have the member videos. So the interviews come out early just for the members. And we, time and time again, someone will have a membership and then just start ripping the whole video and then just uploading the whole thing on their TikTok or uploading the whole thing on their YouTube Shorts page. And you essentially, some of these clips end up getting 3, 4, half a million views. And you're like, yo, this is getting more than my original video. I can't do anything about it.
He speaks about it all the time. He says, hey, I came from the bottom. When YouTube, you couldn't even monetize on it. I was doing this thing here. And a bunch of people have stolen the formula, and a lot of people have even tried to steal his clips, and he's not going for it. That's why you'll never see me use Vlad's content when I'm cutting up clips, unless he's on somebody else's platform. So basically, Adam22 and Vlad, they're very good friends. Flakko works for Adam22 at No Jumper. Vlad asked Adam, hey, can you tell Flakko to stop using my clips? And from there, all hell broke loose. Out of nowhere, Flakko just started shooting at Vlad.
So, because I told him that I won't post this shit, he now paid somebody to go back like 8 months. Found the one clip I got from 8 months ago and like copyright striked it, right? Now, I like her from Fourth Quarter TV, Hip Hop Now TV, Fourth Quarter, and like I think they're called like One More for the Game, right? And they all contact me and say, yeah, dude did the same shit, right? So Vlad's going around attacking these small channels, again, these really small channels, right? Like 100K and down, ran by young black kids and attacking them, trying to take down their income, bro. Fuck that nigga, man.
Right on you.
You feel me?
He went on No Jumper and started shitting on Vlad. He had hit pieces on his own page. He just wasn't having it. At the time, like, nobody really knew what Flakko's issue was. Then we will find out that Vlad put a copyright strike on one of Flakko's Instagram pages. And like right after that, Flakko would be getting hit from other small, like much smaller content creators. And they were saying, yeah, Vlad did the same thing to us. So from there on out, Flakko was going for blood. Vlad would later explain what his issues with Flakko were to China Mac.
He was putting up some of my clips and he was like cutting out the logo and putting his own big, huge logo on the clips. And it was like, well, we don't allow that. Right. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like just across the board. Like if you're going to use our shit, you have to respect the logo, and we don't really like other people's logos on there, although we do make exceptions sometimes. But when we get permission, like from like an Academics or someone, like a Neighborhood Talk or a Shade Room or blah, 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 people I have relationships with, it's like, okay, you guys can use our shit as long as you abide by these guidelines.
So, all right.
But my thing is like, you can't talk shit about me and use my content. It's one or the other. You can talk shit about me and talk shit about me, or you can use my content and have
nice.
and have a cool business relationship.
Flakko's been here before.
And he publicly went and like talked a bunch of shit about me and brought in people to talk shit about me and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he had a whole campaign against you.
Yeah, well, I won't say campaign, but he said certain things. Like he literally brought someone who doesn't like me to talk about me in the interview. Like, you know what I'm
And what it all comes down to is Vlad feels like if you ain't pay me or you didn't get permission to use my content, then don't use my shit. And definitely don't be speaking bad on me if you're going to use my shit. And although I do believe that probably really did piss Vlad off, nothing made him madder than when Flakko and Rizza Islam got together to kick Vlad's back in.
But yeah, so could you just please break down why is Vlad a culture vulture and a devil? And then also just speak on exactly what he did to the minister and why that was just so out of bounds.
Absolutely. The first thing is, to Vlad, you already know. This is why you brought me on it. Don't invite me. Make this very clear to you. Until or unless you apologize for lying on the honorable Mr. Farrakhan, taking out of context a specific phrase he said in the July 4th, 2020 address called The Criterion, when the minister was saying that those who are evil and wicked individuals going under different labels, Muslim, Christian, Jew, etc. He said, we must hurl the stone of truth at falsehood until we knock out its brain. It's a metaphor.
See, that shit opened old wounds. See, now we got to take it back like 4 years ago. There's a whole attempt to cancel Vlad by his ex-employees. There's a comedian named Godfrey and a ex-rapper named Lord Jamar. They used to be recurring guests on Vlad TV. Like, if you watch back in the day, you know who I'm talking about. Both Godfrey and Lord Jamar, they hold the Minister Louis Farrakhan in the highest of regards. One day, while interviewing D.L. Hughley, Vlad misquoted the minister, and that shit pissed Godfrey and Lord Jamar off. They basically started pressing Vlad. They was like, hey, you misquoted him. You need to remove that segment, and you need to apologize.
And then Vlad said, yeah, minister said, yeah, we should throw rocks at Jewish people. I said, he didn't say that. He don't talk like that. Right. He don't never say no shit like that. And I was like, he talks about the discrepancy, you know, the fighting between the Jewish community and black people, but he never said no violence towards Jews. Never. He never said that. And I said, you lying, dude. He didn't say that. He used a metaphor. What he said was, as Muslims, we take the rock of truth and we throw it. Right. He's a very intelligent man. Sure. He's a master violinist, if you know that. He's a very intelligent man. I said, he didn't say that, dude. Stop, dude. And he goes, I said, well, me and Lord Jamar called him. We said, we ain't gonna be no bitches. We gonna confront you. I said, hey man, you're gonna send an apology, bro. He goes, I said, that looked like a technical difficulty, dude. You did not send an apology, bro. Send an apology. And we're talking and he goes, well, I said, I'm not gonna be bullying. No one's bullying you, dude. Now you're a white dude again. Now you're being a white boy now.
So Vlad ended up removing the segment, but he made it seem like it was just an accident, like it was some technical difficulties. Godfrey and Lord Jamar was like, yeah, but you still need to apologize. Vlad basically just drew a line in the sand. He said, I ain't apologizing for shit, and y'all ain't about to bully me. From that point on, Godfrey and Lord Jamar, they said, we boycotting, and they tried to galvanize other people to boycott Vlad TV also.
Been embroiled in controversy over the Vlad TV situation. If I'm not mistaken, he wouldn't apologize to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Are you still standing firm on the stance that you're not going on, you and Godfrey, you're not going on the show anymore? And you said pretty much a boycott of Vlad TV, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yes, I'm strong on that stance. I'm not going back on there. He could apologize. It's a day late, dollar short.
More and more people started to come together and join in on the boycott. And basically, Vlad started losing some of those recurring guests. And if you ask me, that's the real reason why Vlad hated Flakko. Don't get me wrong, Vlad is all about getting paid, but that other shit, that hit the soul. So when Rizza Islam came on No Jumper, you can see Flakko baited him into that question. I think he might even call Vlad a culture vulture in that interview. But what do I know? I'm just an everyday nobody. Tell me what you think in the comments, like and subscribe. And if you like this video, I got more and more shit. And, you know, I'm still advancing. I'm still going to start reaching out to the other podcasts that I enjoy if I find something entertaining. But check out the other stuff we got, and I'll be back.